Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I am glad you made it. We often focus on federal benefits, the VA, and all of that good stuff, but there are a lot of money-saving benefits at the state level. Now, some states are better than others, and that is something that we must absolutely be aware of as we look at what's out there. If your state is not up to par with veteran benefits, you need to lobby and really help to push your state to enact laws that benefit veterans, right? Yeah, and that's an important thing. Now, you can definitely look at other states that are doing great things for veterans and help to leverage that into your state by sharing it with your state legislature. Now, with that being said, there are new efforts to absolutely benefit veterans here, and I wanted to share it with you. So hit the thumbs up for me. Very much do appreciate it, and let's jump into it. So veterans, now more veterans could avoid property tax under a new plan is the headline here. This just came out October 16th, 2025, and I wanted to share with you here today. Again, property tax is a state/county thing, and so you need to work with your legislators to get that stuff in line. Now, this is happening in the largest veteran populated state, at least in my opinion. They're right neck and neck now. California has been declining faster than Texas with veteran population, and Texas is actually, I believe now, a higher veteran population than California. It was second place for a long time. But anyway, so it's either number one or number two. All right, so some veterans could avoid property taxes under a new plan proposed in Texas. All right, Texas has a pretty good property tax exemption process, and for them to expand that is great. And again, if you're not in Texas, then you need to think to yourself, is my state doing this? And if they're not, why are they not? And then you got to share that with your state legislature and tell them that they should. And here's the reason why. Veterans bring in billions of dollars into states a lot of times. Okay, so if you take the three biggest states, California, Texas, Florida, from a veteran population perspective, those three states bring in about $30 billion a year from veteran disability compensation. And guess what? That money's being spent in those states and taxed in those states when you spend it. So the states are benefiting. Also, veterans, it creates jobs. States want veterans to stay in their states, right? We're a good add to the state. We bring in jobs. We bring in compensation that we spend in the state to help the economy. All of those things are all good. We don't typically qualify for a lot of the low and no income type of situations in the states, so we're a positive for the state. Anyway, let's move on. If the law were passed in Texas to increase the amount of veterans that could qualify for property tax exemption, if that law were passed, all Purple Heart recipients would be granted a property tax exemption in Texas, regardless of their VA disability rating. Now, granted, the majority of Purple Heart recipients are probably going to be 100%. But there's probably some out there that are not. And this would give them the recognition and give them that tax relief. So why it matters. Property taxes are a headache for many homeowners. In Texas, the median property tax rate was $4,274, according to 2023 Tax Foundation data. The Military Order of the Purple Heart, Chapter 598, is arguing that Texas's current rules do not honor the sacrifice disabled veterans have made for their country if they do not meet the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs 100% disability threshold. Veterans could stand to save thousands of dollars each year if the property tax exemption were enforced. Currently, in Texas, only veterans who reach a 100% VA disability rating earn an exemption from property tax, while others get partial rates, which again is Texas does a pretty good job. They are definitely one of the best states when it comes to property tax exemptions for disabled veterans. Moving on, there's a quotation here. "This is not a request for special treatment," Skylar Barker, commander of the Military Order of Purple Heart 598, told KRIS 6 News, Corpus Christi. "It's about fairness, justice, and keeping the faith with those who have already given more than most can imagine." Newsweek reached out to the Military Order of Purple Heart 598 for a comment via email. The push to grant all disabled veterans that exemption follows the failure of House Bill 1591, a similar proposal that died after its introduction in 2017. "We're trying to revive that, bring it back, and put some assets behind it," Barker told KRIS. "I personally know a veteran who's missing a limb and is only rated at 70%, a disproportionate amount of our Vietnam veterans who were drafted to go to war because they went there, shed blood for our country, and came back with Purple Hearts and not paperwork. They fall underneath that 100% threshold." Once the Military Order of Purple Heart 598 completes a survey targeting both veterans and civilians in Texas related to the proposal, it will submit the results to lawmakers before the end of the year. Property ownership has been a challenge for many Americans. This small concession is the least that the government can do for our veterans' sacrifices. Nationwide title and escrow expert Alan Chang told Newsweek, "I hope this passes. I see a high likelihood." So that is a big deal. The property tax exemption is very, very good, and I think that it's something that really needs to come into play. Let's see. Stephen Pierce, a member of the Military Order Purple Heart 598 and a retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel, told KRIS 6 in quotations here, "Right now, what we're trying to do is to make this a new priority, and it's picking up steam. And so, if it becomes a priority for Texans, it will become a priority for our legislators." And so with that, I encourage everybody to maybe, reach out to the Military Order Purple Heart. Ask them what you could do to help support it. Whether you have a Purple Heart or not, if you believe in this type of stuff, it's our brothers to our left and our right, our sisters to our left and our right, and what's good for them is good for us, and vice versa. So let's move on. Kevin Thompson, the CEO of 9i Capital Group, said here, "Texas currently provides complete property tax exemption for veterans who are 100% disabled. And what is being proposed is to extend this exemption to those who have received the Purple Heart for injury sustained during combat. This would allow for those injured to receive a substantial tax break, much like those who are deemed 100% disabled, and provide substantial financial relief." Fantastic stuff going on there in Texas. Again, I think that this is something that needs to happen, and I hope it goes through. So thanks for watching. I appreciate you very much. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.